Hi, I'm Stacey Janzer, and you're watching MediaPlex This Week. The strike is over, but one student tried to get the attention of the University of Windsor president, Alan Wilderman. Rick Dawes has a story.
The fifth-floor lobby of the Chrysler Hall Tower, right outside the university president's office, has become Travis REITSMA's new home for the past week. He's a graduate student in sociology, and he says he felt compelled to do something radical to send a message that students want an end to the dispute.
And so I've decided I'm going to come up here and occupy Dr. Wilderman's office. It's the best way to get Dr. Wilderman to notice students is to go to where he is and sit in his office and let him know that we're serious.
Other students come to show their support, but he's there all day. REITSMA says he comes from a working-class family and sides with the union. He hopes his occupation will pressure the university to return to the bargaining table.
It's a very symbolic location. It's up near the top floor of one of the tallest buildings on campus. It's Dr. Wilderman's office. He's the president. He's the guy making the decisions about how the university is going to be run.
In a letter released last week, president of the university, Alan Wilderman, said he wants striking employees back to work. The letter also lists bumping and a work evaluation process as the main sticking points between the parties. CUPE members have the right to bump into other jobs when they are laid off. There is no limit to the number of bumps. The university says that's too disruptive and wants to limit the number of bumps to 3 or 4. The president's letter also says dozens of CUPE jobs have been reevaluated in recent years, with an average pay increase of over $10,000. Something the university says it can't afford. It's now projecting a budget shortfall of nearly $5 million this year. Travis REITSMA is not swayed by the arguments.
The tuition continues to go up by the maximum amount every single year. There's been cuts to programs, there's been cuts to workers' benefits, they've been contracting out jobs. There's very clearly an agenda here that's being served. And I think that it's important to shed a light on that. Even beyond the CUPE 1393 strike, this is something that goes well beyond this particular labor dispute.
CUPE and the university have reached a stalemate on the issues, and no new talks are scheduled. REITSMA says he'll stay right here as long as it takes. For MediaPlex News Now, I'm Rick Dawes.
The purchase of several gift cards at a local grocery store had security suspicious. Claire Muska has a story.
It was here at the Real Canadian Superstore on Walker Road that police arrested 4 people trying to buy $600 worth of gift cards. Store security were suspicious about the purchases. Turns out for good reason. The grocery store arrest led police to what they say is a credit card production lab.
As a result of that arrest, we discovered what appeared to be a credit card lab in one of the downtown hotels, which consisted of a laptop, an embossing machine, a card reader, and several cards that were embossed with credit card data, but the cards themselves were actually gift cards, like vanilla MasterCards and American Express gift cards.
The fake credit cards were being used to buy valid gift cards. Police say the investigation is still ongoing, and they're tracking where exactly the card data was stolen from. The 4 suspects in their early 20s are in custody and awaiting a court date. For MediaPlex News This Week, I'm Claire Muska.
Young patients had the opportunity to take to the skies, thanks to Windsor Regional Cancer Center. Haley Trilo reports.
The Canadian Historical Aircraft Association joined forces with the Windsor Regional Cancer Center to bring young patients a unique opportunity. With aircraft coming in from as far as Nova Scotia, patients and their families got tours of military aircraft and even went up in the air with Windsor pilots and civilian planes. John Robinson is the president of CH2A. He said the event is a great escape for youth.
It's aviation oriented, it's something different, and it's fun. And us, as pilots, we're big kids too. So we love anything that has to do with airplanes that gets us up in the air and gets flying too.
A flyby in the missing man formation went over the venue. Paul McCann, the organizer, explained its meaning.
It's symbolic and represents pilots who have been lost or who have fallen, either in the line of duty or in their career. And so today we wanted to extend that honor to the kids that unfortunately have passed away or who a cure was not possible.
The event was held to give everyone a chance to leave their everyday reality through this special moment they will never forget. Reporting for MediaPlex News, I'm Haley Trudeau.
Did you know? The author of Mary Had a Little Lamb, Sarah Josepha Hale, was key in getting Thanksgiving officially recognized as a national holiday. Now on to the forecast. Today will be partly cloudy with a high of 22. Tomorrow there will be isolated showers with a high of 20, and on Thanksgiving it'll be mainly sunny with a high of 17. Are you interested in a career in journalism? This video, produced by Jenna Hallam, takes you inside the programs at the MediaPlex.
Journalism enables people to be well informed. It's documenting history. It's an extraordinary way for people to be connected with their community.
What happens in the world affects us. What happens in our community affects us. What happens in the province affects us. And we get to be the eyes and ears and tell the stories. There are many stories that need to be told, and those things add value to our life.
I'm always meeting new people. I'm learning about things that interest me, like topics that I want to learn more about.
It's neat to know that so many people are relying on me. It makes you strive for perfection, or it makes you strive for accuracy.
The journalism program here at St. Clair College is a convergence journalism program. Convergence means the merging together of print, radio, and television, and the web, and putting all different stories into 3 or 4 different platforms.
In 21st century newsrooms, journalists have to be able to do it all.
We ask every one of our reporters to tell stories in multiple ways.
There's a different style of writing for print than there is for radio, than there is for television. And it's really important that the information gets out that is true to those platforms.
We are one of the few, if not the only, program that is actually taking students to a live broadcast and giving them that opportunity and that experience.
I've gained a lot of self-confidence. I used to be a really nervous person, a really shy person, but I think this program's helped me come out my shell. It's given me something that I love to do, and that's made me a better person.
I find that the students that come out of St. Clair College are already at or above where some of our broadcast employees have been over the last several years.
I feel that I made the greatest decision I could 2 years ago by choosing this program, because I have learned so much, and I think that I can only grow from here.
I would hands down recommend the program to someone considering it. I would recommend it to someone that's not even considering it. They teach you such a vast array of different skills, different platforms, different things that you could really apply to so many different careers.
Based on literally hundreds of interns I've seen over the years, St. Clair students are better prepared to go into the work environment in media than most students coming out of colleges and universities across North America.
I think it's that very comprehensive curriculum that we have that creates converged journalists that sets this journalism school apart.
Are you ready for a challenge? In this segment, Veronica Drakowski tells us an easier way to eat healthy.
This is one way to eat fresh veggies, but local nutritionists say it may not be the best way to get the nutrients your body needs every day.
Most North Americans are not consuming anywhere near the minimum of 5 fruits and vegetables per day. So this is a very easy way to get additional fruits and veggies in just by drinking it.
That's right, drinking it. So local nutritionist MELANIE HESKETH is issuing a challenge along with the owner of a local vegan gluten-free cafe. Drink 1 green smoothie every day for 30 days. What's a green smoothie?
The base is always some sort of green. It could be anything from kale, broccoli, spinach, mixed greens, parsley, cilantro, and then there's always some sort of fruit.
And she says it may decrease stress, reduce weight, and boost energy levels. Julie RABY has decided to take the challenge.
I'm very sluggish. I'm a night owl. So I find if this is going to give me a kick after I work out, it's keep me sustained all day long with my kids and everything, I think it's going to work, so I'm willing to try it.
Carrots and Dates owner explains why this event was so important.
So many people think they're eating healthy, think they're doing good, but they actually feel very sick. We're trying to push and motivate people that there's other ways to get better. There's other ways to increase your health benefits.
Nutritionists will check on the progress of the participants partway through. Meanwhile, registrations for the formal challenge are closed, but Melanie HESKETH says anyone can take the challenge at home. For MediaPlex News, I'm Veronica Drakowski.
Halloween season is upon us, but as Rick Daub reports, it can also be a good time to show some goodwill towards our fellow students.
Anything will do, from craft dinner to cereal to canned fruit, a feast for a post-secondary student. Tuesday marked the ending of Trick or Eat, an annual food drive organized by the college's student council. The week before, volunteers from the school dispersed throughout the neighborhoods surrounding the college and dropped off empty brown bags with a note attached, a plea to help feed less fortunate students. The final step was collecting the goods. SRC President Kate Isley and Director Luis Hurtado, students themselves, say it's a great way to help their peers.
So typically it's one student that volunteers their time in a car, and then 2 other students will go with them, and essentially we go to that area or neighborhood and we just drive down the street nice and slow, and 2 people run out and grab the bags and then bring them back and throw them in the car.
For me personally, I've been in times of need as well, and I've had these options available to me, so being able to give back is a good way of saying, hey, I was there once, I can help out now.
The event began more than 10 years ago and is still meeting demand today. The campus food bank usually helps around 75 students throughout the year.
I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who's involved, because without our volunteers and without all of the neighbors that helped donate, we wouldn't have this program.
The shelves are stocked for the school year ahead. Rick Dawes, MediaPlex News.
During this news segment, Adam El-Baba brings you the music news you need to know.
I'm Adam El-Baba, and this is Music This Week. There's a lot going on, so let's dive right in. It seems that Panic at the Disco is jumping on the wrecking ball wagon with their new music video, Girls, Girls, Boys. Their first single off their album, Too Weird to Live, Too Young to Die. Already hitting 700,000 views, the video is lead singer Brandon Urie singing naked for 3.5 straight minutes with some creative camera angles. Yes, it is creative, but how much longer will this be considered artistic? More than a decade ago, D'Angelo did the same thing with his song Untitled. After 1 month of the House Party tour, A Day to Remember had some riveting news to drop at their Michigan show recently. During their show, vocalist Jeremy McKinnon said they received a legal ruling to release their album Common Courtesy apart from Victory Records.
So we were told that we had to wait on a judge to make a decision if we could put out our next record October the 8th or not. And no kidding you, about 3 hours ago we were told by that same judge that we are legally allowed to release our record.
In national news, London, Ontario rapper Shad K is due to release his new album with Black Box Music this coming Tuesday. The album Flying Colors includes 12 tracks of the innovative Canadian rapper and his thoughts on life and music. In a recent interview with CBC's George Stroumboulopoulos, Shad gave insight into his new album with a track by track. If you haven't heard of Harvesting the Fan Festival yet, it's time to get yourself downtown. This time you can't use the excuse of being broke because 90% of the events are free. Over 40 bands and acts have performed since it started at the end of September, and it runs until next week. Started by MURAD ERZINCLIOGLU and Benjamin Young Hart 7 years ago, FanFest is Windsor's largest independent inner arts festival. This year saw more than 400 artists apply.
Musically, there are a ton of acts coming down. We're really happy about hosting James Owell's album release, and there is literally a huge amount of touring talent, probably 20 touring bands and 40 local bands, and so of all different mediums enjoying us.
James Owell had his album release show at the Capitol Theatre earlier this week. The album is titled For the World is Hollow and I Have Touched the Sky. Now, I did touch on it earlier, but this week's album of the week is Shad's Flying Colors, released from Black Box Music and Deacon. The album is available on Tuesday. But that is it for this week's update. If you have any comments or want to know if a show's happening near you, tweet us here at the MediaPlex and we'll point you in the right direction. I'm Adam El-Baba, and I'll see you next week.
Visitors to John R. Park Homestead got a taste of traditional farming. Alice Hewitt tells us more.
The cold weather didn't stop visitors from flocking to John R. Park Homestead. The nearly 200-year-old farm held their first Harvest on Horses festival. Visitors got the opportunity to witness old-fashioned life at the homestead, including blacksmith, baker, and butcher demonstrations, as well as tours of the home's gardens. Claire Renaud said this is her first year volunteering at the homestead.
Do you usually support the park because we don't want to close and just want to raise money to help support the park and to show the history of the place?
The original homestead of John and Amelia Park also offered visitors the chance to have Victorian traditions explained. Children of all ages were also invited to listen to ghost stories in the home's attic, as well as take a leisurely pony ride. The full festival also featured ponies and horses of many different breeds for visitors to enjoy. The homestead is open throughout the rest of the year and will be holding more events in the near future. For MediaPlex News, I'm Alice Hewitt.
For most modern Windsor residents, living an hour without electricity is difficult. I went to the local museum that's teaching visitors what life on the Sandwich frontier was like.
No tweets, no cell phones, no computers, anything like that.
Local history experts say there were no modern conveniences back in 1812. Looking back on daily life a century ago can be summed up in one word: hardship.
Sort of hand to mouth under the best of circumstances, because as I like to tell the school groups that come here, there wasn't a superstore at the time.
Windsor's Community Museum has been running a Life on the Sandwich Frontier exhibit as part of this year's Culture Days. Museum staff say it was hard to dig up any information about the black population.
It didn't list in the militia lists whether they were black or white or whatever, so it was kind of invisible.
The highlight of the exhibit, the actual flag used in a famous battle.
During the last battle where he was killed, the Battle of Moraviantown, he took it into battle with him, and it was captured by Americans after Tecumseh fell.
The exhibit is teaching history hands-on.
We encourage parents and children to come and experience down here different activities and games, that existed for children to amuse themselves long before computers and video games.
Museum officials say Windsorites need to know where they came from to better understand their community today. For MediaPlex News, I'm Stacey Janzer. Kyle Simpkins met with Spitfires' Ryan Moore to talk about the pressures of being a rookie.
Being the new kid on the block is never easy, especially if that block is the OHL. Members of the Windsor Spitfires know this firsthand.
Balancing school and hockey is tough. Coming into the OHL as a 16-year-old, I knew it was going to be a tough thing for me.
The pressures of moving away from home and entering a new school are not the only obstacles. The game itself is a big challenge.
Speed-wise, I think I'm doing a little bit better than the physicality side, because obviously I'm on the smaller side.
Players who move away from home to play for an OHL team live with a billet family. They provide a stable and secure home away from home for the players, many of which are away from their families for the first time.
I just recently moved into a new billet house, so I really love it there. It's been good for me, and I just relax and sitting down with them and kind of watching hockey.
Windsor Spitfires assistant coach JERROD Smith says a good billet family is key for the players to be successful.
We're pretty fortunate. We have a lot of our billets have been with us for a number of years, and they continue to return and house some of our kids.
It's not just the rookies who go through the stresses of chasing their dreams. BRADY VAIL, in his 4th year, he says the veterans take on the role of big brother.
Just the way to carry themselves away from the rink and just to be as good a person as possible.
I asked Moore how the team reacted when he scored his first OHL goal this week.
The boys were excited for me. To get that monkey off my back was huge.
Just kind of give them a good clap in the room after, but the main thing is just being happy for them, and hopefully he gets a bunch more this year.
And it's promising. They're only 8 games into a long 68-game regular season. For MediaPlex News Now, I'm Kyle Simpkins.
The Windsor Spitfires got off to a rough start this season after their first 2 games. Players have since returned back from NHL camps and have climbed back to playing .500 hockey. Reporter Evan Mathias sat down with Ty Bilkey to talk about his experience with the Edmonton Oilers in this edition of 5 Minutes With.
I'm Evan Mathias, and today we will be spending 5 minutes with Windsor Spitfires forward Ty Bilkey. Ty, fresh off your first NHL camp with the Edmonton Oilers, what was that experience like for you?
Obviously it was pretty cool. I played with some guys that I grew up watching hockey, like Ryan Smith. The one day I went out for lunch with Jordan Eberle and Nugent Hopkins and Sam Gagner, and they took me out for lunch and they bought my lunch, and it was all in all a cool experience. everything at that next level is just so professional, and everybody's there for the same reason. And it was definitely an experience of a lifetime. It was cool to get my feet into the NHL and kind of open the door for some more opportunities and have some more teams watching me now. So all in all, it was a great experience, and I can't wait to see more of it.
What do you think the biggest difference is between the NHL level and major junior hockey?
Well, definitely for me, coming into the OHL, speed was a big factor. The speed was definitely picked up, and the more systems. But definitely when you get into the NHL, everybody's in the right spot all the time. It's way faster, but at the same time, it's almost easier because you can rely on guys to be in the right spot. But definitely the speed picked up, and trying to keep up to some of those guys like Hall, he was flying out there. So it was a really cool experience, but mostly the system, the team systems, and the speed for sure.
Is there anything you learned from NHL camp that you can bring back and apply to the Windsor Spitfires?
Yeah, in some ways. I mean, there's a lot of everybody's there is everybody's together. It's all a team. You know, Ryan Smith, Taylor Hall, Jordan Ebley, they all treated me like I was just another one of the guys, and you know, a team first kind of attitude was definitely huge there. And that's definitely one thing that I can bring back, is to get all the guys together, and that we can gel quickly and become a much stronger team as one whole unit together. I can bring that back to be a good solid unit for the whole team for sure.
So you've got the reputation of being a tough guy and a hard guy to play against on the ice, as we can see there. Was that always the case for you playing minor hockey?
Yeah, I was always the bigger kid, whether it was fatter or taller. But no, for sure, minor hockey. I mean, I never got into AAA until I was a major bantam, but for sure, I mean, I was always a bigger kid, and I always liked the physical side of hockey, and even still now, I like to hit and use my body in the corners and things like that. But for sure, the physical side and being tough to play against was always big for me.
Okay, so the Spits have struggled a bit this year to start the season. Are you guys going to be fighting for a playoff spot all year?
You know what? We have our goals as a team, and everybody's in on this team for the same reason. We're all on the same bus. We all want to make the playoffs, and you know, our plan is that we shouldn't be fighting for a playoff spot. Our plan is that going into this is that we are going to have home ice advantage in the playoffs. And looking at the rest of the league and the players that are coming back and aren't coming back from other teams, it's you know, the door's open to go out there and win some hockey games and get a good playoff spot and make a little run at this thing and show teams what we're made of.
So you talked about some team goals. What are some personal goals that you have for this season?
You know, I definitely getting my little taste of the NHL. I definitely, you know, I'm looking to get you know, maybe a contract out of this year, or finish the year in the AHL, or even get drafted at the end of the year. I'm still draft eligible, so for sure those are huge. And you know, everybody knows my reputation. I don't have very many points in the league. You know, I'm striving to get some more points. You know, between 10 and 15 points is the goal for me. And you know, I definitely want to be as I always have, be a team first player and get these young guys, get them equipped to the league and get them ready. So definitely those are some goals for me, and I'm looking forward to making something happen.
Thanks for joining us, Ty.
Thank you.
I'm Evan Mathias, and we just spent 5 minutes with Windsor Spitfires forward Ty Bilkey.
Darren Breckles reports from Bell River Arena about the fundraising campaign for the new recreational facility.
Bell River Arena was abuzz with free skating, hot dogs, superheroes, face painting, a video game truck, and later complimentary admission to the Bell River Canadiens game. All to kick off a major fundraising campaign to support a new multi-use recreational facility on nearby RENAUD line.
This is really our community fundraising campaign, in that we are looking for a total of $3 million, but our emphasis on a toonie, a loonie, whatever it is, that's important to us.
The new facility will include a 1,000-seat arena, double gymnasium, 8,000 square foot library, an aquatic center, and outdoor facilities too, including soccer fields and walking trails.
we're thrilled with the turnout. We actually was overwhelmed with the support. Clearly we had families, we had multi-generations coming out to the community kickoff. The community is ready and excited to participate and ready for those doors to open.
Olympic bobsledder Suzanne GAVINE-HLADY competed in the 2006 Torino Games and is a secondary school teacher at Tecumseh Vista Academy. She grew up using the arena in Belle River and feels a new complex would be vital to the community and athletic families like hers.
We are so excited. I know that the arena is where I got my start playing hockey and figure skating, and I'm so happy to be able to offer that to my family, and the skating and the hockey and just being part of the community. It's such an important part of being an athletic family.
Phase 1 of the project is scheduled to be completed by September next year, in time for the Belle River Canadians to play their home games there. The rest of the facility, including the pool and aquatic center, will be complete by 2015. For MediaPlex This Week, I'm Darren Breckles.
St. Clair College will be getting a new sportsplex. Let's take a look.
Welcome to the St. Clair College Sportsplex. This ultra-modern 85,000 square foot complex has been designed to provide students and the community with a state-of-the-art facility that promotes fitness, wellness, and healthy lifestyles. The Sportsplex is located on the north side of the campus across from our student residence. This facility will be a huge asset to the college, our Saints varsity athletics programs, and our students. The Sportsplex will also benefit the community at large, as we'll be able to assist the region as it pursues events in the sports tourism industry. St. Clair College will have the ability to partner with other facilities to attract provincial and national tournaments in basketball and volleyball. The Sportsplex will also benefit our students academically in programs that require a physical fitness regime as part of their curriculum, such as paramedic, protection security, and investigation, and our new fitness and health training program, which will launch in September 2014. This facility will also offer significant opportunity to advance other programs in the sports management field as well. The multi-use Sportsplex will feature a triple gym, the only one of its kind in the region. The gym will provide a seating capacity of up to 2,600 spectators. The facility will also boast an indoor elevated running track, 12 new team rooms, meeting space, and academic classrooms. The 10,000 square foot fitness center will be a jewel on campus, as it will contain the latest and state-of-the-art fitness equipment. We look forward to the opening in early 2014 of the newest addition to our campus, the St. Clair College Sportsplex.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Stacey Janzer, and you've been watching MediaPlex This Week.